Welcome to the Trinidad Tech Cast. This is episode 38, which is one after 37, which I'm currently backspacing and typing in right now because in the pre-check we didn't look at it right here. Episode 38, and it is the 8th of October 2023. Christmas is in the air, but we are currently in the middle of Techtober. You're a Christmas guy? Like, you care at all?
For me, Christmas is for the kids and probably for the ladies. Or like for me, like if somebody come and ask me what I want for Christmas or I was a present, I would be like nothing. You know, if I was something childish, that's kind of buy it. But like when I was a child, yeah, Christmas. But now Christmas is like for the kids, so you know, it's not really something.
Yeah,
I don't know, I kind of weird, I guess.
No,
in that sense.
You're quite normal. Quite normal. Most adults that I know are highly like neither here nor there when it comes to Christmas, and especially techie people who just know that when you want to buy something you could buy it. You don't have to wait for one to see.
And I think that's men in general, you know, like men in general, if a man needs something, if you need, let's say, a drill, if you need a tool, if you need something, a device or something, you're not going to wait until Christmas to get it. If you need it, you buy it. No, I think, I think that's probably why we get so much socks and ties and some, because
they have everything that you need already. And the things that you do want, nobody has the skill set to be able to get it for you. Or it's ridiculously expensive. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, sometimes my wife will be like, she does give me money. And I'll be like, yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. Well, my name is Mr. Charles from makeITsimpleTT. This is Redbit_Tech. He is my co-host, and you are listening to the Trinidad Tech Cast, which is 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. We didn't introduce ourselves because we were talking about Christmas. But that's how we go in Trinidad. For all the international people, because I saw that on the map there's somebody from the US who's listening.
Okay.
I like, what? Somebody from the US made it halfway through the podcast? Did this thing pop up on their screen, or are they actually a Trini living in the US? Whoever you are, you can message us at our handles, let us know that you exist, because the 30 people that listening now do inspire me, because there was a time when we were on 10, and now some podcasts have 30-something listens and some on the high 20s. And somebody messaged me on YouTube, I believe. I said, when you're gonna start to post the whole video? I was like, posting a 1 hour long video on YouTube is suicide. Because nobody else watch it. So I kind of tell him, well, we broke it up into playlists and we have 3 15-minute segments and kind of put them together like that so you could watch the playlist, because a 1 minute video gets like 3 views.
Yeah, so I mean, this past week here was the budget at it, and I believe one of the topics, we're going to get into would be related to some stuff that come out of the budget. So I just wanted to ask how you feel about having to work until you're 65 instead of 60.
Me, personally, I don't have a problem. But that's because I love my job. No. If I am able-bodied and I could teach past 60, I would do it because I genuinely like to go to work. Genuinely, right?
Okay.
But I have to be fair and look at things from another perspective. There are some people hate their job and they're working towards pension. They're working towards retirement. Their goal in life is to make it to 60. Not to retire at 60, no, just make it. And that is hard for those people to know that your pension just get pushed back 5 years, or it's probably going to be pushed back 5 years. But the other angle I look at, which is people used to start to work at age 19 before. 18, 19, you would start to work and you start to provide for yourself and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my first job was when I was, I think, 15, 16.
Right. Those people, good on people like that, like me who start working at 19 or whatnot, we're going to feel very, very screwed over by this because at age 19, the first thing that you're thinking about, all right, 60 coming just now, right? We're going to feel just screwed over. But the current batch of young people who are being taken care of by their parents and living in their parents' house until 25, 26, 27, before they get their first meaningful job that they can actually take care of themselves for, their working ages or span of work will be the same 40 years. So it getting to 65 because of health and life expectancy and all that kind of drama, it is technically going to not affect the future generation. It's just going to affect us, the current generation.
Yeah. This topic was you know, again, I was going to say, yeah, and by the time we reach to that age, it may not have any money to get.
You are totally correct.
Yeah. I mean, my retirement age where I work was always 65, so it didn't affect me that much.
All right. Yeah. Well, I do it at some places like teachers who still get the option, you know. When you work 33 and 30 years in the teaching service, you could retire and get full benefits. So when I reach 60, I will be on my 33 and a third, and I could leave and just get the full benefits, which is like 75% of your last salary or something like that. But I could see myself saying, if I'm still capable, unless I get very, very, very apathetic towards my job, I'd be like, nah, I hate all you. I don't know. Because life does change real fast, but I don't know. I can't see it right now. But there are people who gonna get screwed over by that, and what you can do, boy, that's democracy. You vote for that. Democracy is alive and kicking. All right, so our first topic is digital transformation. There's an article that friend of the show, Shivam Tiloxing, was on, and some other things happening that thing that I was talking about the budget. And we'll go straight into after that laptops for school children, because that is one of the key things that they said again. And as a teacher, I have a lot to say about that. And as a layman, you will probably have a lot to say about that, because how these laptops going to actually benefit students, we'll see. And then internationally, we have the Pixel 8 was launched, and it's a phone, cool, no problem. But there's some stuff that they're doing with the AI camera that is sort of not concerning, but something that we have to keep track of. So we'll talk about that. So let's go to the first story, digital transformation again. So let me share the thing. Right? Did you read the article in any big way? Or you just...
Yeah, I kind of skimmed through it a little bit, because in my I don't want to sound cynical, but for me, digital transformation is just part of the greatest hits. And it's our greatest hits list.
The greatest hits, yes. Okay. So, in his 2021 budget presentation, Finance Minister Colm Inbert asserted that digital transformation remains one of the government's top priorities, describing it as a critical sector. He thanked the government of India for a memorandum of understanding to advance digital transformation in TT, signed in August. India's Ministry of Electronics and IT said it would help with capacity building and training programs, among other things. This collaboration will create a robust ecosystem of startups, developers, and system integrators, driving next-generation innovation and enhancing inclusive finance. There were three people who kind of got highlighted here. One of them is Jamie Hoyt, a Senior Vice President of Business Development at SmartTerm, and she was talking about the commitment is good and it's a progressive leap into the digital age. Then there's our friend, Mr. Shivam Tiloxing, looking very dapper in his black on black on black. And he spent some time talking about the government should invest in education and training programs which focus on equipping individuals with practical skills demanded by the industry, not just telling them things. And then this dude here, which is Johnny Tew, who won the Digital Transformation D-Hub Challenge for the... Remember when we went through that, then there was a noise cancellation, noise detection app? Right, yeah. So he built an app that could test for the EMA's noise, if you're over the noise pollution level or some kind of thing like that. And, well, I still have to check that out to see if it actually exists and it fits in the store. But maybe they might have a promotion for during carnival time. So,
yeah. So, I mean, if we go back up, like the first paragraph I read, right? Which was
to create the robust ecosystem.
Yeah, this collaboration will create a A robust ecosystem of startups, developers, and system integrators driving next generation innovation and enhancing inclusive finance. Right? So, my thing is, I mean, for the past how much years we've been hearing all this type of stuff, you know what I mean? And I must commend that the hub is probably one of the first times you actually see something materialize, you know, it went out. And, you know, developers participated, people won, you know, they came together and they created, they solved some problems, quote unquote, you know, but is actually following through and getting something meaningful coming out of it, you know. And yeah, it's as I say before, you know, you have your greatest hits, but we need to see something tangible happening, you know. And that's just how I feel.
I'm very, very close to like doing an end of year video for TikTok or YouTube or whatever it is, and show like the top 5 technologies that actually work in Trinidad. Yeah. So I'm starting to do some investigation to find 5 things that are technologically like sound, working, they don't go down and all that kind of stuff. And I'm struggling a little bit. So I might have to get like some consultation, some people to find, okay, if you were to list one thing in Trinidad that works technologically, tell me what it is. And I might do that, right? The reason I say that is because this article here is repeating a lot of the words that were said probably 4 years ago, pre-COVID. Then when COVID came, they started to ramp up the talk about digital transformation, and they created the ministry and the economy and all the talk.
And I remember we had the election in the middle of COVID, you know, and there a lot of stuff there in terms of digital transformation. Right, yes. And I mean, the new normal. And
I was talking about Singapore. Everything was about Singapore. Not Singapore, Estonia. Yeah, everybody's talking about Estonia.
They were supposed to help us with the digital IDs or something like that.
Yeah, well, they haven't. Of course, they repeat that in this article. The documents say that the ministry hopes that they should achieve several things, including fully digital public service EID for citizens, a financial system with fintech-enabled solutions, and an e-commerce sector that adapts quickly to changes in global market. Of course, we know if you don't get people banked, you ain't gonna get that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't know if you watched the budget presentation, but you had a segment on, you know, on that same thing, the percentage of people that are banked, how much people actually use cash versus using stuff online, and you know, it was very much in one direction. A lot of people use cash. Majority, probably over 80-90% of people and businesses use cash.
Yep. Just yesterday, I went to the gas station again, and there was a long line for people to pay. And I used my card, I fill up my diesel, and I drive off, and a man watch me. Like, what you just did? Yeah. And and I like, this man, watching me like I thief something from the pump, you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he genuinely knew that you could fill up your gas by yourself without signing up in the line.
Either that, or you probably like, okay, now this man waiting for the thing get thief.
Right, something like that, yeah. So, yeah, that's one of the biggest issues with respect to this. There's also a part where he said, from January 2024 to December 2025, there will be a cybersecurity investment tax allowance of up to $500,000 for companies that invest in cybersecurity software and network security monitoring equipment.
Would that include camera systems, network? When you say network monitoring,
network security, firewalls, basically.
Yeah.
I don't think that. What should I say? I don't think that this grant thing is fully understood, because I don't know if you remember, I told you at some point in time on one of the previous podcasts that I applied for one of them grants for my company for training.
Yes, yeah. I think I might have. I don't think I applied, but I saw it and I was like,
yeah. So I went through the whole process, fill out forms, sign, submit, email, talk to people and whatnot, and then it resulted in a Zoom meeting, I believe. And the Zoom meeting with the representative was like, I don't think you qualify. And I was like, what do you mean? Well, our thing is for more like energy skills sector and whatnot, and we can't really validate training for technology skills. And the technology skills supposed to be up to a certain level, like diploma level and not degree level. And if you're using people who graduate from UE or some kind of thing like that, that's above our thing. So I was like, well, you can't get a software developer who didn't do computer science. That would be kind of weird. Like, it would be really difficult to train somebody who come out of secondary school to be a software developer and teach them. You might be able to teach them how to like do data entry or basic coding, but you ideally want somebody who has done computer science, done software engineering, understands key terms, concepts and whatnot, and has done some sort of coding in their life where you could do. And the meeting basically ended up with, we can't get you any grant. But in the budget of 2021, I believe, it was clearly stated that any company that is building apps or doing these sort of digital implementations or whatnot, you will be able to access a grant for training. But the people who were in charge of the grant still think that it is for oil and gas, technical services, air condition, that kind of thing.
Yeah.